If every human disappeared right now, no explosions, no warning, just gone, here's exactly what would happen to our cities. You'll see how New York floods in days, how streets collapse in decades, and why most skyscrapers won't survive 500 years. This is not fantasy. It's based on real engineering data and research compiled by journalist Alan Weisman in The World Without Us. The shocking part is not that nature wins, it's how fast it starts. Let's begin at hour 1. Power plants shut down almost immediately. Most grids require constant human management. Without operators, systems trip offline. Nuclear plants are designed to automatically insert control rods and stop fission reactions. Backup generators kick in to cool the reactors. Those generators rely on fuel. Within a day or two, that fuel runs out. Modern nuclear plants have passive safety systems, but not all are built the same. Cooling systems eventually fail. Reactors overheat. Some facilities would likely experience meltdowns, not cinematic fireballs, slow, contained disasters. Radiation would leak into surrounding areas. But that's not the most dramatic change. Day 2, New York City. The New York subway system sits below the water table. It is essentially a bathtub surrounded by rivers. It only stays dry because electric pumps run non-stop. Thousands of gallons of groundwater seep in every minute. When the grid fails, the pumps stop. Within 36 to 48 hours, tunnels begin filling. Within days, large sections are fully submerged. Salt water accelerates corrosion. Electrical systems are destroyed. Steel infrastructure begins a long, quiet decay. Above ground, traffic lights go dark. Cars sit where they stopped. Planes fall from the sky within hours because autopilot does not replace pilots forever. Week 1. Domestic animals locked indoors begin dying from dehydration and starvation. Pets in homes do not last long. Livestock trapped in industrial facilities face the same fate. Some animals escape. Feral populations of dogs and cats explode temporarily before stabilizing. Refrigerated food rots. Fires break out from unattended stoves, lightning strikes, or electrical malfunctions. Without firefighters, entire neighborhoods burn. Some cities lose large sections in the first month. Year 1. Vegetation begins reclaiming sidewalks. Seeds already lodged in cracks germinate. Without mowing, lawns transform into fields. Fast-growing trees like birch and poplar take root in gutters and rooftops. Asphalt, which expands and contracts with temperature changes, starts cracking without maintenance. In colder climates, freeze-thaw cycles become demolition crews. Water seeps into tiny cracks in roads and buildings. It freezes, expands, and widens the gaps. Every winter becomes a structural attack. Year 5. Suburbs look abandoned but recognizable. Paint peels, windows shatter from storms, roofs fail first. Once water enters a house consistently, rot accelerates. Wooden framing weakens, floors collapse inward. Steel begins serious corrosion where protective coatings fail. Bridges without maintenance show rust scaling along joints and cables. Year 20. This is where it gets dramatic. In cities like New York, steel columns beneath streets and elevated roadways corrode significantly. Many roads are built over networks of support beams and underground voids. When corrosion weakens those columns, sections collapse. Depressions fill with rainwater. Former avenues begin resembling streams. Without maintenance, drainage systems clog. Stormwater has nowhere to go. Urban areas start behaving like natural floodplains. Rivers reclaim their historical paths. In Manhattan, parts of lower areas would regularly flood. Vegetation thrives in the damp soil. Skyscrapers still stand, but they are wounded. Modern skyscrapers rely on sealed glass and maintained joints to keep water out. Once seals fail, water penetrates. Steel frames rust from the inside. Concrete weakens as internal rebar expands and cracks the surrounding material. Year 50. Most wooden structures are gone. Only stone, brick, and reinforced concrete buildings remain in recognizable form. Suspension bridges collapse once cables corrode beyond tolerance. Without tension, they fail suddenly. Urban wildlife dominates. Coyotes roam former highways. Birds nest in high-rise skeletons. In warmer climates, vines and aggressive plant species climb entire buildings. Year 100. Many mid-sized buildings have collapsed entirely. Skyscrapers with heavy steel frames still stand but are structurally compromised. Windows are long gone. Interiors have rotted away. Wind loads stress weakened joints year after year. Concrete highways fracture into disconnected slabs. Tree roots push upward through what used to be 6 lanes of traffic. Year 500. Most modern skyscrapers have fallen. This surprises people. We think of them as permanent. They are not. They are machines that require maintenance. Without constant repair, water infiltration and corrosion win. Steel eventually loses enough cross-section strength to fail. Once one critical support gives way, progressive collapse follows. Stone structures last longer. Some monuments like Mount Rushmore or large stone carvings could endure thousands of years. Plastic lingers in fragments. Stainless steel artifacts may survive as corroded relics. But cities as we know them are gone. In tropical regions, former urban centers resemble dense jungle within centuries. In colder regions, forests dominate. Coastlines shift as sea levels continue rising due to existing climate momentum. Without seawalls maintained, oceans push inland. The quiet truth is this: nature does not rush, it simply continues. There is no dramatic moment where vines explode across skyscrapers overnight. It is water, rust, gravity, roots, freeze cycles, and time. Relentless, patient forces. Human civilization feels permanent because we service it daily. Pumps run, cracks are sealed, steel is painted, drains are cleared. Remove maintenance and the illusion disappears fast. And based on engineering reality, it has been waiting the entire time.